Salutations, everybody. Welcome back. We are back with Pokemon Unbound. Wait, did I even change the channel description? I don't think I changed the channel description. Hold on a minute.
Did I even change the channel description?
Ruh-roh. Oh no, who's running this channel? What kind of bozo is in charge of this channel? I want to complain. Alright, 1 minute. I skipped a step. I thought I already did this part. I did not do this part. So if you reload the channel, I'm just going to say fixing the stream title and the game. That's all fixed. And now we'll go ahead and turn on the camera, which should already be turned on. I think this computer is in need of an update. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Okay. So, don't you hate it when your character gets sucked into the Hoopa dimension? Look at this. I don't know where I am. This is where we left off. And, obviously there was no opportunity to do anything off stream with this game since we ended up wherever this is. So, looks like we can hop this distance, but not this. Aha. I see. But we could also do this. We cannot also do that. We can go this way instead then. Teleporter that way or teleporter that way. Oh no. Okay. So we can go this way. This is where we started. I see. It is like the ordeal of trials from FF1. I see. I get it now. So we need to... What we did here was right. But we just need to bypass this one, I guess. It can't be the left one, right? Okay. The right one? So, I know that the Trails in the Sky second chapter demo has been released for the re-release. Don't know if I have any plan. Oh my god. No, why? Why do I have to do something like this? I don't know when or if I'll get around to the demo. I like to space out games rather than marathon them unless there's like a really compelling reason I should marathon it. And Trails in the Sky is not a really compelling game. I wish I could say it was. It's not. When the gameplay gets going, it's cozy, it's nice, but I would never rush out to play a game. Okay, what am I doing? I am losing track of which teleporters I tried. We tried that one, right? What happens if I go left? Let's just eliminate that possibility right now. I meant to bypass that. I stepped on the wrong one. No, Okay, I've had enough. I'm making the executive decision. We're playing on the analog pocket. I cannot take this anymore. It is so mind-numbingly boring. We are save stating. I just do not have time for this trial and error nonsense. I don't... Was that bet? No, we're back here again. Okay, it is not going to load the state. Great. Then we will just fail for another 8 minutes. I feel like I've done every choice there is to do. I don't think there's anything left. Unless there is a weird jump I'm not aware of that I can make. Okay, we're at the very, very start of the map again. The fact that the load state isn't working is a huge problem. Having to manually go back and do everything from scratch each time I fail is not enticing at all. Okay, I feel I've chosen all 4 of these. Yeah, so we're back here. The only explanation... There's got to be some tile jump I don't know I can make. Okay, we tried... I know we literally went down both of those paths and neither of them were right. start, right? Okay. Okay, so literally, you're just supposed to know you're supposed to step back on one of the tiles you already did. Out of like the 30 teleporters that are in this map. I can't believe my eyes. You're my son. Guard. No matter how old you get, I'll always recognize you. Oh, they got to you too, huh? Marlon, how do you know my son? We've run into each other a few times now. Your son seems to have the same sense of justice as you. Always running in blindly when he's not wanted. Yeah, tell me about it. I've been running in blindly for 13 minutes. Then I guess you turned out just as I hoped you would, Guard. I'm so proud I'm at a loss for words. Whoa, watch out. You need to be mindful of your surroundings in here, Guard. Items from many different trainers are constantly arriving, so you can never know when one is going to come flying out of nowhere. But for now, I think we're in the clear. These platforms are usually safe for us to stand on. Not that they're meant for us, of course. As I'm sure you guessed, this place wasn't designed for human life. Sending people here is something that shouldn't even be possible. Oh, I forgot to ask, how did you wind up in here too? And did Hooper ever make contact with you? Marlon tells me it's been 16 years since I was trapped in here, so you must have seen Hoopa by now. Oh, poor Hoopa. I never intended for that to happen to it. I was trying to protect it when I threw it in the ocean, but it seems it ended up in danger anyway. Marlon, from what I understand, the Shadow Warrior project is still ongoing. 16 years, and you continue to inflict such cruelty on both people and Pokemon? We were desperate, Arrows, and there was no denying the improvements with each experiment. We're getting so close. I know your intentions were good, Marlon, but even the worst of men had good intentions at one point. And unfortunately, the harm you inflicted outweighs the good you thought you would bring about with your actions. Why can't you see that? Of course I'm aware of the harm we caused. Were it up to me, our research would have been restricted to Pokemon that wouldn't have been hurt by the process. But Faye, she insisted we branch out and use different species of Pokemon. That witch! She's the reason I'm here, even in here at all. I knew from the moment she saw Hoopa that she had a growing obsession with it. That's why I cast Hoopa's Pokeball out to sea, trying to put it out of her reach. When I met with her on the bridge that day, she asked about Hoopa. I tried to play it cool, saying I no longer had it. When she heard that, she took a cube from her pocket and, well... Wait, was it because I opposed the Shadow Warrior project? After I discovered its existence, I secretly began sabotaging your work night after night. But no, that can't be. I shouldn't even be alive were that the case. Whatever her reasoning was, Arrow, she certainly didn't tell us anything. We weren't even aware that you were alive at all. If you can call this living, we're nothing but data right now, so are we really alive? How do we know we aren't copies of our real selves and our physical bodies are gone forever? What's going on? Well, that happens every so often. It means the cube is about to begin the sorting process. Soon we'll be whisked away to some other cube sector. You'll get used to it eventually. Eventually? Don't tell me we're trapped here. Is there really no way out? If there was, I'd have freed myself ages ago, Marlon. I've tried everything, so unless you've thought of something I haven't, better get used to your new digital life. It's not all bad, though. At least we don't need to eat or sleep. I really wish I could have gotten to know you better, Guard. Maybe if we get lucky, we'll wind up together again someday. It can't be. Is that a Cube V3? It is. Marlon, do you have one too? I do, yes, but what does that have to do with... I think I know how to free you, but only if I'm right about this place being the third version created of Cube Space. I'm pretty sure I am, though. When I was first sent here, the place was devoid of items. The Cube V3 had only just been revealed to the public, but no one had access to it yet. It didn't take long to figure out I'd been trapped in a more advanced Cube Space. I came with a plan to free myself, but my own cubes and outdated V2. But as for you two, I think this can work. What do we need to do, Arrows? Hurry, we don't have much time left. Hand me your cubes. And make the necessary modifications for your escape. If I'm correct, opening your cubes in here will cause a chain reaction, one that will forcibly eject you from cube space. Are you sure about this, Arrows? Will this actually break us out? Either that or your digital cells will be destroyed forever. No biggie. No rate your survival odds being higher than not. That's comforting. this works, promise me something, Marlin. You'll lay to rest the Pokemon that you've turned into Shadow Warriors, and you'll end the Shadow Warrior project once and for all. Alright, you have my word. I doubt we'll be making any more. Yeah, the fact that I here clearly shows the sign society has terminated our partnership. What about you? Are you not coming with us? I can't. At least not without a cube V3 of my own. In order for me to escape, someone on the outside has to let me out. And guard, I wish we had more time to talk. If only we're meeting our... More time to talk? We've been talking for like, I don't know how long. Forever. I'll keep this brief. Help Marlin and the Shadow Warrior project. From what I remember, they're highly sensitive to light, so exposing them should lay their souls to rest. And above all else, save Hoopa! The longer its power remains unbound, the more it loses its sense of self. You can find its power and you can return it to how it used to be. Alright, I'm done. I've set your coordinates to Cinder Volcano. If you make it out, it shouldn't take long for you to reach the Shadow Warriors. And as thanks in advance, I took the liberty of giving back what you lost because of them, Marlin. No, that shouldn't be possible. Never mind. You're running out of time. You have to go now. I also promise I'll end this. I want to do a royal return for you. I swear. Goodbye, Marlin Guard. Don't forget what you promised me. Destroy the Shadow Warriors in Cinder Volcano. Well, okay. So that's going to be Cinder Volcano. Weren't we supposed to get a damn gym battle, though? But, whatever. Guess we're never getting our 5th badge. What will this go to? This doesn't look like it's going to lead to the next. Oh, I should have guessed. I have a feeling this is not helping my cause get to the volcano. Wow, this takes a long time to walk through. Yeah, we completely overshot it. Never mind. Okay, so the KBT Expressway is not going to work. Oh, I can fly to the volcano. That works too. All right. Oh, this was the Really? Oh, they took me to the place and I... Okay. I don't know who you are, but you're not getting past me too. Light of Rune Grunt. interesting choice. Not that there's probably much alternative. Well, we went up 2 stages. Well, the critical helps too. No, you can't be. Guard, but you're supposed to be out of the picture. How is this possible? I need to warn the others. Yeah, we are never out of the picture. We always interfere with plans, all the time. Oh, no, no, no. Vega, sir. Vega, what's the meaning of this? Marlin, I was informed you'd been disposed of. I don't care what you were told. The rest of the Shadow Warriors, what have you done with them? The Shadow Warriors? Faye deemed this place unsafe for them after the previous incident. Most of them have already been moved somewhere more secure. Sir? Tell me where they are, Vega, or she'll help me to turn you into one of them myself. Please, you really believe you could still order me about? I'm Agent Vega of the Science Society. My loyalties are with Faye, and you lost your authority over me when you broke your contract with her. Openly bringing Shadow Warriors out into the public, trying to release a dark force known for its destructive nature without first trying to understand it. Rangers are already determined to find something to catch us on, so we should consider ourselves fortunate that no one else discovered we were creating living weapons. You must have had some idea of the potential consequences were Faye to ever find out, yes? Especially now when she is close to achieving perfection. Sir, excuse me, sir. We knew she would never approve, but even then we had to try. All we had to show was failure after failure. Tell me, what would you have done, Vega? I would have continued waiting patiently. The last experiment alone should have made that clear that practical application was well within reach. Faye certainly has not given up. But then, that is how you should have acted according to your wishes. What are you implying? What do you know about what Faye truly wants? Who knows? She won't even tell me, and I'm a right-hand man. She's always been the type to keep her cards close to her chest. Just to clear up any misunderstandings, the Shadow Warriors, what do you plan to do with them now? Please don't ignore me, sir. Destroy them, the whole wretched lot of them. I've had time to reflect on what we did to all those poor Pokemon. It was wrong, all of it. None of them deserve to be experimented on, especially not in that way. I can't change what we did, but I can certainly end their pain now. And I cannot let you do that. Akla still has need of them, as per our contract, Faye is providing him with both Grunts and Shadow Warriors, all for his new organization, the Light of Ruin. But if you refuse to stand aside and let us leave, one of you, help me get rid of him. Hope was worth it, Marlin. Sir! It's Guard, sir. He's here, too. So much for the most secure item storage in the world. Guards should survive this trip back, too. Quickly, we need to deal with Vega and his cronies. Your Pokemon can still fight, can't they? Great. Hooray. Pyroar. Enter. Hariyama. Walrein. Okie dokie. Guard, it's truly unfortunate that you had to find out this way, but I'll not hesitate. You're no longer a mere opponent. You are an enemy. Viper and Floette, huh? Fake out, okay, thankfully on Crocodile. Oh, Dazzling Gleam hits both Pokemon, interesting. Tormented by negative emotions? What? From what? Crocodile's faster than Liepard? Or than Pyroar, excuse me? What is What is... Hold on a minute. That doesn't sound right to me at all. One moment. Crocodile base speed. 92. I mean, Liepard's... hold on. Yep. Pyroar has 106. Damn. Kind of nuts that we're slower than Crocodile. I don't know how to feel about that. Although that really screws with me. Because that means I don't get the bonus. I wanted to have the Royal Roar go off, and now I can't have it go off. Damn. After being intimidated, too. Just outright destroyed Pyroar. Why are my Pokemon tormented by negative emotions? And not Marlin's? Really strange. Don't do it. Okay. This useless grunt let me down. No, not again. All grunts retreat back to your new base. We've mostly finished what we came for. There's no need to remain here. No, you don't. You're not getting away that easy. You can't restrain me. Okay, follow them deeper. Yet deeper. Yeah. Maybe later. We gotta heal back at the center. Pyroar getting destroyed by and Intimidated Liepard was not on the bingo card. They really are gatekeeping that surf from us. They know it's going to allow us to have water travel once we get the badge to get it, and they just do not want to give that to us early, under any circumstances. There's nowhere for you to run, Vega. Now tell me where you're keeping the Shadow Warriors. You think you have me cornered, do you, Marlin? Quite the opposite. It's you who will soon be pinned down. What's that supposed to mean, Vega? I'm sure you're aware of the incident that took place here, yes? Of course. What's your point? The monster that appeared from the lava, those fools unfortunate enough to be present, fought tooth and nail to subdue it. It only sleeps now, having been overwhelmed by sheer numbers. But supposing one had the means to reawaken and control it? No, surely you're not planning. Oh yes, Marlin. Fayed Aklov passed me a certain artifact capable of controlling the monster that slumbers beneath the magma. And now, Groudon, respond to my red orb. Awaken and revert to your primordial state. Yeah, good thing we ran to the center, huh? What now, Marlin? You can't keep holding me here. The cave will soon collapse, and we will both be trapped. We cannot hope to find the Shadow Warriors whilst buried under rubble. It's simple. If that happens, I'll use Crocodile to dig my way out. Even if you must remain trapped, Vega, I know Faye. There are only so many places in Boreas you consider secure enough to store the Shadow Warriors. Once I rejoin Zeph and Frozen Heights, we'll scour every possible location until we find them. I thought you continued to be stubborn, Marlin. Groudon, the earth trembles at your every step. Now subdue them. Can't keep your footing, Marlin? Then I shall take that as a cue to leave. Curses, he escaped. Guard, you have to stop Groudon's rampage. If not, the cave will collapse and we'll both be trapped here. Nah, Guard, are you alright? No, we've been separated. Wait, these Pokeballs on my side. Aren't they Guard's Pokemon? Must have been dropped when Groudon used the attack. What now? My own Pokemon are too badly hurt to take that thing on. Wait, Guard, let me use your Pokeballs. I'll command your Pokemon. Just direct me on whether you want to fight or switch. Okay. Weird idea, I guess. I mean, we're giving the commands, right? This is a really bad matchup. Like, phenomenally bad. What? I didn't even choose Scorched Sands. I mean, yes, that's correct, but like, anyway, we're dead. Thank you, GG Earthquake. So he just chooses an ability to use. I don't even get to have a say in the matter. Great choice of Blizzard. Why Blizzard? Ground seconds of lava and fell to a deep slumber. Once more, phew, we survived. Somehow. Crocodile, destroy those rocks. Use Rock Smash. Thank you for help, Guard. I honestly don't know what I would have done without you. Here, I suppose you'll want your Pokemon back? How about you? No, on second thought, that's not a good idea. Look, I'm grateful for your help. Truly I am. However, this next task is something I need to handle alone. Right now, I need to secure Zeph's aid in finding the Light of Ruins, new base. If you followed me to our base in Frozen Heights, Zeph would never agree to help. So please, God, Rotha's like, stay away from our base. Star piece. We don't have a Pokemon with Dig, so we'll have to walk our way out. Thankfully, that's not too daunting of a task. Can't believe they're still not letting me get the badge. Remains where used to be a shadow. Remove the cloak and lay it to rest. Stealth Rock, okay. Heat Rock. Jeez, it doesn't take long to actually hit 200 steps in this, does it? Even in a very, very tiny location like this. Alright, Pokemon list. Fly. Bellintown we go. Yeah, Pyroar is having a rough time with her durability. Blah, blah, blah. So this is basically the start of the game, isn't it? Rather skilled trainer, force past the rule, never too experienced to watch an expert catch Pokemon. Show you a thing or two about capturing Pokemon. Ever like to see me in action, please stop by. KBT Expressway. That's not what we want. Do they want me to go to that secret passage in the ice area? I'm assuming that's the answer, right? Guess it's not really so secret anymore, huh? Left their uniform, put it on. Yeah, in a moment. Let's go ahead and quickly hydrate everybody. I'll be back very shortly. Gonna take a quick break. All right. Do I want to put this on? Not yet. What's the other way? Just the area where we were imprisoned at the very, 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 very start of the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and go back the other way. Oh, okay, that's my clothes. Hyper Potion. I'm gonna try to save that for as long as we can. Shadow Warrior training area. Elevator. Which floor would I like? None. Clearance level 1. Sir, some guy with red hair blasted his way in here. I tried to stop him, but he just shoved me aside. All complicated words and numbers that make no sense. B1F. Boom. I did it. Keycard 2. Sorry about the huge mess in the base here. When most of the grunts left to join the ladder room, they just dropped all their things on the floor. I'm sure some of them even left their clearance cards behind. Marlon, sir, heard rumors that you joined the Light of Ruin too. I'm glad you're still here. Maybe that you're back, so we'll finally be able to keep Zeph from doing anything rash. The base has been so quiet ever since most of the grunts were ordered to join the Light of Ruin. To be honest, I was ordered to go too, but I refused. I didn't join the organization because I wanted money. I joined because I believed in what Jeff was trying to achieve. Bear Kidney, welcome! We are back in the Shadow Base from the very, very beginning of the game. We still don't have a gym badge, though. Don't know why. It's a funny joke. They don't want me to have surf, is the issue. Marlon, sir, I know what it looks like, but I promise I'm not slacking off. Zeph told me to watch the news and keep an eye out for anyone who looks like they might belong to the Light of Ruin. Most of the other grunts' con and manpowers become very limited, so it's essential leadership becomes as strong as possible. Would you allow me the privilege of battling with you, sir? It's a pleasure to be held in your iron grip, Marlon. Scrafty. I expected nothing less from you, sir. Thank you for rallying with me, sir. Now we're both more prepared for the inevitable confrontation with the Light of Ruin. No. You know, we don't need to farm EXP on you. Clearance level 2. Reaper Cloth. Of course. Yeah. Level 3. Let's go back to 1F. What are the odds? I mean, what are the odds that the third floor key card is the one that we saw down here? Tyranitarite. Wait a minute. We can use that. Hold on, wait a minute. This was the most important detour ever. So I have to give that to... Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. So now we can Mega Evolve them. I mean, that helps somewhat. Pyroar should still probably take the lead here. But yeah, that detour was crazy. I thought we were going to have to go super out of the way, meaning I would probably never end up with one. Use a complicated algorithm to determine the approximate location of Light of Ruin HQ. Once you have the results, Zeph plans on using the information to take his revenge on Light of Ruin. Sir, Zeph has ordered me to stop anyone without the proper clearance from entering the lab. However, I'm sure it's fine if I allow you in. Upgrade, huh? They want us to go back to HQ and stop making Shadow Warriors. Stop making Shadow Warriors? Are you kidding me? Creating Shadow Warriors is all I live for. It's fortunate that Zeph still had a use for more and allowed me to continue synthesizing them. Key card level 3 has now been picked up. Brick here is being taken to synthesize the next batch of Shadow Warriors. The Shadow Warriors will be the strongest ever created, they'll be invincible, and the Light of Ruin will stand no chance against them. Okay, so now we can go back and get the item on floor 1 later. Marlon starts the time back at HQ with the sun setting and learn about a new way to make our Pokemon stronger in battles. Like to see it? Mawile? Aura Flare to life. Special attack Rose. So did Mawile's. This is a good matchup for me. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I don't know why. Vikavolt. Overheat. I mean, I don't like getting rid of Noble Roar, but I can't lie that there's going to be a situation where we may not want to actually have overheat over this. We're, you know, because we can always swap Pyroar out after the stat drop. But if Pyroar is dead, which is pretty easy to have happen, you can't benefit from that at all. Yeah, I'd be an idiot to not take overheat. Spending your valuable time battling me, I'd like to thank you by healing your Pokemon. Hey. Level 3. Torment. Alright, let's go to floor 1 again. So we can grab the other keycard level 3 item. And then go to the third basement 3. Oops, I meant B1. Black glasses. All right. B3. Yeah, I don't want to have to redo all of this again. And so Faye ordered the grunts to join Aklev's lighted room. You understand now, Marlin? Frankly, the fact that any grunts and scientists were allowed to remain is a miracle. I see. I had no idea things had gotten this bad, but I think I know how to make up the difference. And I know this may not sound like the most agreeable idea, but... What the? That's my uniform. Guard, is that you? What? You're... No, it cannot possibly be you. You must be some sort of spy. Aklev, how much long must you torment me? You thought you could fool me again, Faker, like he did, even though I see that you wear Guard's face under the mask. You're still a far cry from the real deal. Once that you're running back to Aklev, deliver a message to him for me. Tell him that you'll all suffer for your irredeemable sins. Alright, Boss Seth. Level 50. Oh boy. Well, Intimidate doesn't matter much, but you being big and scary does. Withdrew Mightyena. Umbreon, huh? Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. Anyway, I am barely gonna do much in terms of damage anymore after overheat. Can he is Umbreon gonna do anything? Okay, the burn helps. Synchronize. Oh, synchronize. Confuse Ray. Okay. Okay. So Charm, Confuse Ray. I don't get any of this. Hyper Potion. Well, that's fun. So you have Charm. Coil. I'm gonna cut my attack. That's fine, you'll burn for it. My defense is going up. Confuse Ray. Oh, you have Dark Pulse? Why are you wasting my time with your other nonsense then? Moonlight. I don't know what that does. Oh. Well. More problematic than I feared. Is this confusion ever gonna go away? Yeah, the charm, like, literally sapped all my attack out. Not really sure how I'm gonna bypass this nonsense. I can't do enough damage. Yeah, so this strat's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to swap my Pokemon out. What a waste of time. I was hoping it was going to do anything else but Moonlight. Because now I can't go straight into Overheat. Double Moonlight? How much PP does Moonlight have? It looks like 5? So unless he's used like max PP or something. We've healed at least that many times already, right? Fuse Ray, of course. All this work, and this is just the first Pokemon of like 4 more. Okay, did he? This has got to be like the 6th Moonlight, right? So, or they just max PP'd out? Unless what I'm looking at is just flat out wrong, which is possible. Yeah, it's time to bring out the big guns. Okay, so how do I Mega Evolve you? I think that is how. Yeah. Okay, so this has gotta be enough, right? Huge waste of time. It took 4 Pokemon to knock out 1. Not thrilled about that. Not thrilled about that. Explode. Moo Milk. Okay. So my buff time is over. Strength is interesting. We'll swap after overheat then. Decidui. No, you won't take anything else from me. Well, he's wrong. Defeated boss Zeph. This battle style, this aura, it cannot be. Are you really Guard? No, this can't be true. Zeph, enough. We don't have time for infighting right now. Guard isn't the enemy, the Light of Ruin is, and you can either accept that fact or else I'll be assuming command of what remains of the shadows. Thank you. Now then, what have you been planning, Zeph? From what I gathered, we'll be staging an attack on the Light of Ruin's new base? That's right. I'm having our remaining scientists locate their base. Once they've managed to find it, we'll take the Light of Ruin by surprise and destroy it. With their main force left reeling, we'll steal back the prison bottle and what remaining Shadow Warriors they have left. However, I'm still unsure as to how long it will take to locate them, and unfortunately we're pressed for time. Right now, Aklef is with Faye as she studies Hoopa. When she finishes, Aklef intends to turn his power on Boreas. If we could take out his base while he's gone, we can catch him off guard while he returns, when he returns, and steal Hoopa's power away once again. Without it, Aklef's power will be greatly diminished. Roger that, Zeph. And I take it you're certain Faye won't retaliate against us if we take action? I'm certain, Marlon. From talking with some of our scientists, Faye could not care less about Aklef's goals. All she wants is to study that Pokemon's power. She'll give him her support, of course, but for the most part, it is up to Aklef as to whether or not he succeeds. Of course, we shouldn't make light of how dangerous he is alone. That it seems to me that, in order for our plan to go off without a hitch, we'll need all the manpower we can muster. So I suggest we bring Guard along as well. Marlon, I don't understand. Why would you put so much faith in him? Guard has only tried to interfere with us before. What makes you think he would even be willing to help us? We were imprisoned together in the cube space, Zeph. And while we were there, we made a promise to someone. We promised we would destroy the remaining Shadow Warriors and set their souls free. And Guard knows that as long as Light of Ruin is holding onto the Shadow Warriors, their souls will remain trapped. Are you saying that not only did both of you survive a trip inside the cube, but someone else was there too? Someone knew about the existence of the Shadow Warriors? It was Aros, Zeph. Faye imprisoned him in there 16 years ago, and not only that, it turns out Aros is Guard's father too. Aros, I see. So that's what become of him. Well, I'm not surprised then. He was always quick to identify bugs in any system. If anyone could figure out a way out, no matter how flawed, it would surely be him. So Guard, would you be willing to lend us your aid? We intend to gather what resources we can and go for the Light of Ruin directly. Yes, I'm aware, you and the Shadows. We haven't always seen eye to eye, have we? Then if I trusted you with our most important secrets, would that be enough? In that case, let me explain what our true purpose was. The true purpose of the Shadows? It all began 17 years ago. Zeph's son had just passed away. As his old friends, we came to visit him from our home region of Hoenn. Zeph, how are you holding up? I'm so sorry. Marlon and I just heard about your son. Ivory, Marlon, thank you for your condolences. It's good to see you again after all these years. I take it you traveled by boat to get here? How was the journey? Very pleasant. It took a few days to arrive here, but the journey was lovely. If I remember correctly, you have a son too, right? We did. Unfortunately, he succumbed to illness much too young. You are a knowledgeable scientist. Have you ever thought about trying to bring him back? Of course. As scientists, we thought that if anyone could find a way, it would be us. Sadly, there are no known methods to truly revive the dead. This is weird. It's like you're a brilliant scientist. Have you tried? I don't know. That feels like a very strange leap to make. We had no choice but to try and move on. Then a year ago, Ivory gave birth to twins. It was one of the happiest moments of our lives. Of course, it was our first child, but our new ones have done much to fill the voids in our heart. Is that so? Where are they now, if I may ask? Euler Log, a friend of ours, agreed to babysit for the time being. They're with him now, back at Frozen Heights. Frozen Heights. A friend of mine lives there as well. He's my old partner. The rental helped me found my own company. But around here, he's simply known as the Guardian of Boreas. He's even managed to befriend a so-called mythical Pokemon. I think his wife recently gave birth to their own child, actually. However, I don't quite remember the child's name. What about your new twins? What are their names? Drag and Melanie. Dun dun dun. They're the most beautiful children in the world. Yes, that's right. Ivory and I are Drag and Melanie's parents. Drag, ever since he arrived, he's been looking for us, hasn't he? I always regretted leaving them both, but after spending so much time away, I had really hoped they could meet their old brother. Ah, how stupid I was. Perhaps I should take it from here. When I learned that we had both experienced the pain of losing our own children, I made an offer. Our combined scientific knowledge, united together under one common goal. I felt that with that resolve we could achieve the impossible. Of course, Marlon and Ivory were most skeptical, but after many attempts I convinced them. They agreed to return their children to their home in Hoenn, and then move to Boreas without them. With no distractions, I was certain we would succeed. However, as we soon discovered, the three of us could only do so much on our own, and so we parted with an independent organization known as the Science Society. Together with their help, our research suddenly gained speed. However, this research required my undivided attention, and so realizing that I simply could not oversee so many projects at once, I stepped down from my position as CEO of Cube Corps. In my place, I left it to a young woman, Faye, the leader of the Science Society. Yes, Zeph is the inventor of the Supercube. The first cube, meant for simple storage, was a collaborative effort between him, your father, and Faye. That's what allowed Cube Corps to take off and become the major influence in Boreas it is today. And this is how she repays me after all this. She practically stole Cube Corp, the company I founded with my own two hands, and she allows Aklov to steal my shadows from me too? I shouldn't dwell on that now. Anyway, Faye was the one who gave us the template for the project, as you have likely guessed. Thus, before I stepped down as CEO, I established a new branch of Cube Corp entirely dedicated to the revival efforts. I called it the Shadow Branch, or as you know it, the Shadows. To avoid tarnishing Cube Corp's reputation, I had to ensure our experiments had no ties to the company whatsoever. And with that out of the way, we were able to experiment worry-free. Ivory status report. We're ready to begin the first trial, Zeph. Then let's begin, shall we? Everyone take your positions. Zeph, are you certain this will work? Of course nothing is certain, Marlon. It is merely the first of many prototypes. I don't expect perfect results on the first try. However, we can worry about the finer points later. For now, let's find out if this is merely a hypothesis or not. To start with, I just placed this Pokemon here. Then place the sample remains next to it. And finally turn on the molecular fusion device. Now once this cloak goes on to shield it from the light, it should become mobile. It worked! Now let's see if we can actually move its body. Whoa, quick Marlon. Hand me that control gauntlet. Stay, creature, you must obey. I'll admit this is not what I was originally hoping for. Okay. However, this is certainly a step in the right direction. Given time, we should be able to bring them back. All things considered, though, the first test went rather smoothly. Faye said we had to continue the research, not to let the setback trip us up. Her word is spurred on by her. We continue to work on the Shadow Warriors. However, even with the control gauntlet, some proved difficult to control. One lashed out on my face, leaving the scar you see today. Another lashed out on Marlon, severing his arm. And yet, despite our injuries, we pressed on. Over the course of several years, the Science Society helped us to capture more Pokemon and combine them with more test subjects. We were living as per Faye's request, and others were not. That is not to say we turned anyone against their will, of course. All grunts that became Shadow Warriors did so willingly for the chance to gain great power, okay? But Faye, she was like a demoness, driving us to crueler and crueler extremes in order to revive our children. Of course, I suspect she had absolutely no interest in them at all. It was always the Shadow Warrior she was invested in. Eventually, we concluded we would not be able to bring back our children using the Shadow Warriors. Despite coming close with our last trial, the cost to our children would have been too great had we continued in the same direction. And so, we're forced to try a new approach. One that was extreme, yet plausible if recent events are anything to go by. Not killing people. How about that? The plan was to bring Ultimate Weapon. No, never mind, it's about more killing people. The one mentioned in the old legends here to Boreas. But while that weapon may be capable of mass destruction, it was also the same device used to restore the Foreign King's Pokemon. And if the weapon could bring a Pokemon back to life... Quartzleo! Yo! Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been? Holy cow. I don't even know how many years it's been. But welcome back. We're just playing Pokemon Unbound. The ROM hack Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. We are about 4.5 badges deep. Although they don't want to give me that fifth badge. That means getting Surf, and they don't want me to have Surf. They want me to stay on the turf. How much of it was our idea, and how much of it was Aklov's machinations? Yes, under Zeph's instructions, we began researching the dark force of Boreas. At the time, we hoped to use its power to bring us the ultimate weapon. Of course, we had no idea the Dark Force was in fact Aris's old partner, Hoopa. You lost track too, actually. Well, to kind of keep you, I mean, I don't know if there's really much to bring you up to date about. I'm still working at the same disability office that I've been since you last spoke with me. The only big update, like game-wise, is I've no-hit the entirety of Chapter 5 of Deltarune back on July 19th, and then I did all bosses, all recruits this month. And so that's really the only other big accomplishments game-wise I've had. I've really had to slow down the streams lately just because of the fact that it's been a little bit too... Work's been so crazy, and it's getting even crazier since I'm stepping into VA law, so it's just harder to... It's harder to promise certain times. Like, I used to, like, not do social outings because it's just so hard to get out, and because I'd have to cancel them all the time because of how busy work got. And so now even the few obligations I am making, I'm having to cancel, and it's rough right now. But by mid-September to October, I should be out of it, and I should be back to normal hours, I would think. Yes, yes, that was... Oh my goodness, has it really been that really has been that long then, because I think Sans was 4? It was a little over 4 years ago, because I did Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2 about that time, because it's been about 4 years since I've done 1 and 2 no-hit. Azrael, either way, all of that was roughly within like about 4 to 5 years ago. Because I kind of retired for a bit from like full runs around like 2022, and then I unretired once 5 came out. From there, you know the rest. Whew, well, that was an explanation and a half. Take it all in, guard. Okay, now that you know what's really been going on, you should have no hesitation about working with us. I should apologize, guard. I believe you to be some sort of spy sent by Ackland. If I had known you were the real deal all along, I would have reacted less violently. Sir, we've detected remnants of Hoopa's portal energy in Viviltown. It's quite like the Light of Rune's base. Viviltown. So, the old base was used by the Science Society, now serves as a Light of Runes. I should have known. Marlon cannot remain here any longer, but yeah, that gets you all caught up. Hope everything's going well in your neck of the woods. Oh, you started retail for a little bit, slowly crawling out of the cave. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with working retail. You know, I definitely think it's lucrative, especially if they're flexible with hours. A lot of my clients have people that are really willing to work with them, which is great. Not all places are like that though, especially when they want you to wear like a million hats. Oh, you're gonna be on the sales floor. No, you're out there working stocks. Oh, you're gonna go and stocking. No, you're working the register. No, you're gonna be cleaning over here. And I don't know, if it's kind of fixed duties without them sneaking in 7 more, it's nice. But if they sneak in 1 billion, it's rough. Hopefully, it's working out pretty well. Now that Aklov is distracted, must strike quickly. It's time to rally our fighting force and depart from Viviltown. Repair the shadow. We move out at once. Of course, Seth. I doubt we have much time until Aklov returns. And guard, please don't tell Drag about Ivory and me, at least not until the time is truly right. That we neglected our children in favor of another. The thought would sicken him. Oh, before I forget, keep the outfit. I think it looks rather good on you. Who knows, it may come in handy someday. Have you the means to cross water? The HM for surf? If you cannot use it, then you should first obtain Dahara City's gym badge before you group with us. We'll reach Viviltown as soon as possible, so please hurry. It's northeast of Dahara City when you are ready. Getting a gym badge? I didn't even think 3 streams since the last... It's been like 2.5 streams since we've got the last gym... Since we did Gym 4. You accidentally made yourself important. Isn't that the worst? Like, I'm celebrating my 10th anniversary with the law office this year. And now I'm important. And that's important enough to entrust with, like, VA responsibilities, which I want. I think Social Security is a dying process right now. It's going to die in one way or another. They're not hiring new judges. The wait times are just too obscene. I just don't see my industry sticking around. So unless I find something else like VA, like veterans aren't going away. We're not. You know, I mean, some of them are, but like. The process itself is infinitely more accessible than Social Security will ever be. At least now. It used to be a process that we didn't think anything would happen to it, and then boy, it got rough since I started working there. But yeah, hopefully everything will just work out, continue to work out. I definitely need to find a good work-life balance. Like I said, I cancel so many social obligations these days simply because of the fact that work can drop surprise arguments at any time. And that's not healthy. Like, yeah, there's so many people in real life that I just don't connect with as regularly simply because of that. Retiring seems less and less likely. I am a ways away from being able to, like, comfortably retire. And retire, you know, I don't know. Part of me feels like I would need to step away for a little bit and then naturally figure out how many hours I want. I don't want to be completely indolent, but there's gotta be an extreme. I hate sitting around at home doing nothing, and I hate doing nothing but working all day and, like, neglecting everybody else around me, which are both extremely plausible extremes, as I've done both. And I'm hoping I could figure out something, some sort of balance. That way I feel like I can give people in certain channels the attention they need. I'm able to engage with these movie nights and not, sorry gang, I gotta go to bed, I've got court in the morning, I've got this, I've got that, and it's just like, I don't know. Half the time I feel like I'm not even, like, stringing together coherent sentences. My mind is, like, even when I'm trying to enter relax mode, it's like, it's still thinking about work. It's kind of rough. 8 has become your max. As far as hours, do you mean like hours per day? I mean, it's for me, it depends. Like, there are days I will literally have, like, 0 hours. There's no appointments. And there's days I'll literally have to work 14 or 15. It just depends. Hence why I'm canceling as many streams as I have been. It just became necessary. Trying to figure out where the gym is. Tahara Town is pretty huge. Probably this. Okay. Do we want Pyro in the... Let's see if they tell us what kind of a gym leader this person is. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I just want structure. Like, if I know I am going to work 8 hours, I know I'm going to work 6 hours, I can plan my life around that. If I'm going to randomly have arguments shadow dropped on my lap that are due in 48 hours because it's the way of the law office, that's less doable. I don't like canceling plans. I don't like being afraid to make plans because I don't know what's going to happen, but that's where I'm at. If I had 10-hour days, 5 days a week, I'd live with it. No, 10-hour day? Yeah, you know, it's just, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it will, but the problem is I have to train myself to learn VA. And there's all of these things about standing and then exceptions for these things. It's like studying for the bar exam all over again. It's like you need to know this exception, but this exception only applies in these situations. But there's also an exception to this exception. You have to know this exception and it's just like, oh my god. I'm so far removed from this and I have to learn all of this. Like, the VA is so complicated. Oh my, I don't have the book on this floor, but the book weighs 5 pounds. It's over like 2,000 pages. Like, it's an obscene volume, you know, it's obscene. It's like updated for 2026 regulations. And I've only just started to crack like the first 50 pages, like training me bit by bit on it. It's nuts. Electric and steel type Pokemon. Interesting. Ground type Pokemon are a good way to wreck them, but that won't work in this gym. The floor here is magnetized, so they're gonna float like a butterfly. This thing like a... no, I should have made the joke float like a butterfly. This thing like a Beedrill, but I thought of the Beedrill pun too late. Whatever. And electric and steel types are lifted right off the floor. Wait. Electric and steel types... Oh, okay. No, it's what I thought. Won't be able to hit them with ground type moves. I'll think of some alternative way to do major damage. Puzzle. Lower the electrical barriers. Make your way to Galavan. Good luck out there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to be hitting the field ready with VA. The problem is, like, they want me to utilize VA more to write arguments, but writing arguments is rough because I'm not good at writing. I'm the person that'll take, like, 20 minutes to look over my email, like, did I say everything I needed to say? and it's just kind of rough. But that's kind of where I'm needed. So I guess I'm going from writing Social Security arguments to writing VA, which I don't know how involved that's going to be. If you can beat me, I'll tell you what that bulb does. Okay, it's Super Nerd Ezra. Okay, so these guys are in the 50s in terms of levels now. Argue person who can step sideways towards. Yeah, the thing is, there isn't. I am the next argument person. I don't know. I feel like the remaining arguments are gonna have to be divided among the other attorneys, and that's gonna be rough. Because we're already kind of swamped. Well, we know that the Probo Pass is going to survive what's 30. Well, I guess it won't matter if it'll survive with 30 now. I guess I should have just gone with Overheat, but I thought for sure that would have killed it. Earthquake. Yeah, we can do that. We'll get rid of Bulldoze. Earthquake is 80, right? Oh, it's 100 base power. As you can see, most of my knowledge of the of anything comes from the anime. Insurance-themed AI uninsurable because graphic design jobs are coming back. Yeah, but you'll take it. Yeah, I hope hopefully everything goes well for that end, for that side of things for you as well. I think it's always good, especially in this day and age, to have something you do on the side. Like for me, a lot of it used to be like the collecting. That's the other big thing you missed. Yeah, the entire all of my I relocated rooms. And I now have pretty much the vast majority of everything I've collected here. My consoles are neatly put away in drawers. Like, it used to be a real mess in the other room. It used to just be consoles and wires everywhere. You have no... It took me literal hours to unwrap and wrap them all up and separate them into separate bags and locations for all of the wires to know where everything goes. But it was like, it was absolute chaos in there, but... It was really nice to be able to move in here. Plus, the other room had terrible lighting. Like the bulbs would burn out so much. Okay, let's talk to this guy about what the bulb does. Control the flow of electricity in the gym, but turning them on or off, you're changing where the electricity in this gym goes. Yeah, for me, it's less about streamlining them and more about just... knowing where they are and not letting them get tangled to nearly the extent they used to. That's all I can really do at this point. Yeah, it's much better. It's still a little bit cramped in some ways, but it's leagues better than whenever I was doing it out of my bedroom. I basically I didn't like the idea that I was working and playing out of where I needed to be sleeping. I needed my room to be for sleeping purposes and to, because I'm bad enough at sleeping as it is. No, it's not just that falling off, but like when I get up, sleeping through is really hard. I'm adulting so much. Floor here is magnetized. Yes, we got the memo on that. But yeah, that's really all I have to really say about updates in terms of work right now. It's just, that's the big thing. I'm going into VA law. Still doing Social Security disability hearings. I mean, there's still plenty of those to be done. No, you didn't mention that. I didn't know you're no longer in Panama. Where'd you end up? I am still exactly... I'm still exactly where you left me. The plan to move to New Jersey fell through. You know, really the entire relationship kind of fell through. The thing is, it has everything to do with my work attitude. When I'm hyper-focused on work, or when things get busy, it's extremely clear where people and things rank in my life. That's one of the reasons I wanted to retire so bad. It's one of the reasons I kind of wanted to slow things down and kind of reset everything, because I'm at a point, you know, it's just like, you know, when I really, really want something, I'll move heaven and earth to get it. But when work is more important, it's very apparent, especially to people I might be interested in. So we both mutually agreed that, like, yeah, my head isn't in it, my heart isn't in it. So I didn't move to New Jersey. That was probably five plus years ago. Yeah, I mean, I think both of us are really in the better for it. I don't think either of us would have really been happy, especially with me being as work focused as I am. But the sooner I can retire, the better. The sooner I can drop to, like, you know, as, you know, cases every now and then, like, you know, hey, do you need me to take a case on a certain day or something like that, rather than, like, salaried, like, 55 something hours a week. That'd be great. No, because I'm an uncle now. I have a niece, a nephew, and I don't want my brain to go in, like, a work mode, like, all the time. It's, you know, it was the worst pre-pandemic, like, that it had ever been. Like, after the pandemic, it had mellowed out for a bit, but then work got bad again. Yeah. Yeah, it's salaried. I mean, I don't know if I... But thank you. I mean, yeah, I've been salaried for a while. It's just, but salaried basically means, like, yeah, you get paid the same no matter what. Like, but at some point, you're like, yeah, I'm getting paid the same. And then other weeks, you're like, oh, God, I'm being paid the same. I don't feel like I should be paid the same after a week like this. But, no, things are fine. I mean, things work-wise are fine. It's just like like the summer is just always viciously bad. It's always a rough series of months. My phone reacted because I said series of months. It's okay. That'll do, Siri. That'll do. Oh, but you're in, okay, Texas. Okay, so quite a bit away from Panama. Yeah, I mean, things around me are changing. I still do my walks, albeit I've really given up on doing them on the daytime. I do nighttime walks now. Like, basically like 10:30 at night until, like, you know, 2 to 2:30 in the morning. Like, stupidly, obscenely late walks where I don't really care how long I'm out. You know, the areas I walk are kind of isolated enough to where I'm not worried about getting, like, kidnapped or murdered or anything like that. It's just, but I'll do them on days, like, I'll do them usually on Fridays going into the Saturdays, because it's the only time I have to really do a long walk, to where it's not going to screw me up the next day. If I do a 4-hour walk on Saturday, first of all, my day is entirely dead. And second of all, I'm retired the rest of the day. Friday night to Saturday, it's just a lot easier to handle. It's still insane for me to do it, but, you know, it's what I do. But yeah, I feel like I'm probably got another good 5 or 6 years away from being able, like, to seriously retire. I'm doing well. It's just I'm in a good spot right now, but it's just like I know I can't like walk away for a significant way yet. Yeah, it's not your mileage may vary depending on where you live, whether or not it's a good idea. It's fine here. Because when I go out and walk that late, there's nobody out. Not in these areas. Although a lot of the areas are developing. There's a lot of areas I used to walk years ago that are now like housing areas. They turned a lot of the farm roads into places for people to live. I'm sure, I know this week they're voting on propositions to have data centers here in Springfield. I say voting on, but what it really is going to amount to is like some people going in there to protest and then building it anyway. I've seen that's basically the track record of how these things work. So I'm not sure where they're going to build them. I just know that they probably are going to build them soon. And we'll see what happens with that. But it's just weird. A lot of change going on. But some of the areas I'm walking, thankfully, are still pretty much the same. Isolated, quiet. I mean, I don't know. They've built so many data centers, though. If you kind of look it up, it's more than I thought were out there. I'm not just talking about Springfield, but I just mean like in general in the U.S. I was kind of astonished. I just want... No, I just like my walks where I can keep to myself and just, you know, enjoy the quiet and don't have to think about anything. As long as I can still, you know, I'm hoping I can still have that. Because I feel like if they're going to build data centers anywhere, it's going to be in these areas on the outskirts. Because I live, like, right on the city limits of Springfield. Basically where there are these farm roads. So... we'll see. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I think they built one. I think we have one data center, but it's underground. I don't know the full details, but like some sort of a cave. So I don't really know the full details, but all I know is that there was something in like the news about it, like one of the news articles. And I'm like, that's interesting. I didn't even know that they could do that. The Wi-Fi cave. I am completely lost as to the layout of this gym. Hopefully I figure out what I'm doing. But I do need to exit out to give Pyroar more of their PP back. Because we're running out. They all like using X specials. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, the big thing I did, like I said, the big thing I did this year was like Deltarune, and now, I mean, Gon got the God run. He got Deltarune Chapter 1 through 5, and we're all ecstatic about it. He got it in like 15 or 16 tries. Absolutely ridiculous. I was able to catch it like right at Chapter 3, and was able to catch it through the end. But it was nuts. He got it before the game, the Chapter 5 had even been out 2 months. August was pretty crazy for just challenges in general, I guess. Like, there was the iShow Speed stream, there was, you know, me getting the 3rd ever Chapter 5 all bosses, all recruits run, which is still at 3 right now. And I'm kind of the outlier. It's like Vic Mackey 03 got it and got all bosses, all recruits Chapter 5. He's from Spain. Gon got Chapter 5 all bosses, all recruits. He's from Spain. And then the random 38-year-old disability attorney in the middle of Springfield, Missouri gets the third. Like, it's like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the others. Okay, we obviously need to disable that somehow. Oh, it's a fall torb or an electrode. But yeah, you know, like I said, 5 was good enough to where I came out of retirement. It was like, ever since, like, Flowey literally melted my brain, like, caused me to have that TIA, I got really scared. I'm like, you know, it's not good for a person in the 30s to be looking at, like, rapidly flashing Flowey animations for that much of their life anyway. But I'm just like, you know, part of me walked away because I'm like, I don't think I can do these grinds in a healthy way. And I'm just going to stop streaming Deltarune or Undertale because I think it's for the best if I do. And no, I was able to stream it pretty healthy. Like, I had like 2 to 2.5 hour streams on average with Deltarune. Like, it was fine. It was pleasant. Yeah, Flowey. Yeah, Flowey. Yeah, Flowey was the most ridiculous grind I've ever had in anything. 100. I think it was like 100. It was over 100 hours. I know that. And that was the one thing where I'm like, I just need to start streaming all my progress because it is torturous to just not do anything. And like, it was funny because I was like, I think I ended up being 11th or 12th in the world to have done it, and more, like, so many more people have done it since I've done it. It's crazy, like, the level of interest that happened after. Okay, I think we managed to claw our way back to the entrance. Okay, good, because we are out of flamethrower. We need to have more flamethrower. We have got to get this gym badge. Yeah, nothing has ever come close to Flowey's length. It took me about, I want to say, a little over, I know it was 26 or it was 20, no, it was 27 attempts to no-hit Chapter 5. And it was 15 for all bosses, all recruits. I think I spent a total of about somewhere in the 30-ish hours total grinding Chapter 5. So it wasn't bad. Like, nothing is ever going to compare to Flowey. Ever. I suppose Adriel, if I kept at it, would. But like I said, ever since I dropped Adriel, ever since I looked at Flowey, like, because Adriel is visual torture also, and I'm like, my one rule is if any attack is going to be that hard to understand, I can't devote any challenges to it. I don't want to risk another episode. But my goodness, I mean, I appreciate you coming in and catching up. It's, you know, I hadn't realized how long it had been. Okay, another one of these. Wrong turn. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Are there? I'm just operating under the assumption that every one of these buttons I'm going to want to press. If it turns out I don't want to need to press a button, that's a problem. I think it's the most I yapped about my life in any stream this year. Probably combined. Oh, the other big thing I did was I finally did have my return trip to Japan around March to April. We ended up doing a cruise. This was back whenever we weren't aware of just how effective and good Japan's mass transit was. So we were thinking like hitting a bunch of ports via cruise ship, because they were in the mood to cruise, and we were in the mood to explore. So we went to several different places. We also went to Taiwan, which probably is the last time I'm ever going to be able to do that in my lifetime, depending on what ends up happening there. But it was really exciting. But now I know I don't necessarily have to do that. It's pretty easy to take mass transit. I shouldn't say easy. It's still, my goodness. I don't think it's... I'm sure it's probably just as confusing as anywhere else. Okay, now I have to just get back to where I was. I'm trying to get to that one path that had electricity blocking it, only I don't remember where that one path that had electricity blocking it was. That was the Voltorb fight. This is taking us back to the start, isn't it? We don't want to go this way. Yeah, I am massively lost. Was the path forward near the entrance just a path I didn't take yet? Okay, there's that electric path. I don't know how to get to that. Oh, yeah, the thing is, I certainly don't want to cultivate anxiety in here. Half the time I'm just yapping about the game I'm playing, and a lot of times with a lot of RPGs, there's not a whole lot of right pickings for interesting dialogue. It's just like, oh, I did this attack and this thing happened. That frustrates me. Times 100. I mean, you don't have to really come in and jump in. If anything else, it breaks up a lot of the monotony of some of these games if people come in and talk. So I don't necessarily mind it at all. Because there are definitely points in the game where I just don't know what to say or what to do. We'll try this path, because I don't know if this is the one that led to a different pathway. No, this was the... Okay. Alright. Okay, where are we going? I feel like this is annoying because we literally started the stream with the Hoopa maze that I was trapped in for like 18 minutes, and now we're stuck here in another maze. Yeah, part of it does for sure. figure out where was the one path I took that led to that electricity blocking it. I feel like I've taken every single one of these. So now I'm perplexed. Unless, I mean, does deactivating certain electricity make the elevators go in different directions? I'm basically at the point where I'm going to have to explore that possibility because I have gone down every path now. Because that one that's up there above the prongs is a dead end. Yeah, we are... Something weird's going on here. I don't know. Okay, not helping me out here. Let me see if I can find a map of this. You have to turn off one switch. Revisit one of the switches from earlier, change it back. I've been at this for hours. I cannot get past the barrier. Well, we're not quite at that point yet. I hope we're not going to be at that point. Let's see. Okay, G5. Voltor, previous area. Okay, they're talking about turning switches on and off. It's problematic because I don't know. Do I just want to go here and turn off every switch that I turned on? And then just like, I feel like I have no choice but to revisit every switch I've touched, turn them off, and then follow this guide to... Okay, I can't even go down this path anymore. So never mind about that. Now with that switch turned off. Okay, so then that means... What does that mean? So we have to turn this one on to be able to turn that one off. Because this one led to the dead end person, right? So, I mean, this one, I feel like this one's important and we have to hit it. It must matter for something. This one controlled that electricity. I don't think we need this one anymore. So what does that do for me? Okay, so that area to the south is now blocked. Which again, I shouldn't need to get to. question is the electricity on the left side unblocked now? Because that's the only thing I can think of that's gonna work or matter anymore. Activated. This is the one that had the dead end, isn't it? Yeah. I feel like I'm missing something really obvious. Okay, so this area... Okay, so it did open up this area. Alright, then I was missing something obvious. They can't keep this badge from me forever. I just find the animation of Flamethrower just repeatedly batting Pachirisu's face to be pretty funny. This is gonna be a Voltorb. I'm like, they made it a little too obvious. Or an Electrode. The fact that they made you work kind of in a spiral to get here made me think, yeah, this is a waste of time. But you gotta check it in case you're wrong. A special attack, though. Yeah, I don't really have much interest in Venoshock. That's where we came from. Okay. There is this, though. We're not out of the woods yet. What did that do? Okay, so now I have to figure out what controls that electricity. I feel like the one thing that this mod really struggles with is having engaging puzzles. The number slider one, sorry, not good. The Koopa maze was terrible. This isn't great. If I wanted a sliding number puzzle, I would go to the doctor's office. I'm your final opponent for Priest Galvin. Okay, so this is it. So the gym leader's right here. I feel like we have to start with Pyroar. With the gym battle, if all of these other trainers are any indication. Geez, we're faster than a Voltorb. I don't know how I feel about that. We are 9 levels higher. That probably has a lot to do with it. And it is a Voltorb versus an Electrode. Okay. So is this gonna warp us back to the entrance? Oh, it's probably gonna create, yes, the bridge back. No, it's a one-way. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's that we're pretty close. It's not that much work to get back there, unless they make me do all the switches, which they're not going to. So we're pretty much going to be fleshing out this map. Because the only other big areas we had left were... I mean, yeah, there's the Battle Frontier, Victory Road, all this fun stuff over here, but... this part of the map is really the only one we haven't really accessed. So I feel like they're probably going to go boom, boom, boom with the badges. Like, I don't know what else they can gatekeep in terms of HMs. Probably nothing. The RTC, it doesn't work on the analog pocket, so the night and day is all screwed up. Yo, what's up, fella? How's it going? Name's Galavan. I'm the gym leader, in case you couldn't tell. How you find navigating my gym? The magnetism and electricity by your feet giving you a rough time? That's the point. Invention is born out of necessity. This is... It's based off of the Fire Red Leaf Green. So I would say it is Kanto as far as the base game that the ROM is made out of, but it incorporates like pretty much all regions into it. I don't know how much, I don't really know if there's really much Gen 9 in here, but the other gens are certainly in. Yeah, McKenzel had redeemed this for me. And it's been fine. I've tried to catch up on Pokemon because I skipped so many generations under the guise of, oh, I didn't finish Gold because I got stuck. Therefore, I can't go into Ruby. And therefore, I can't go into Diamond and Pearl. I gotta play everything in order. My stupid brain, didn't... And then, later on, I relented when I was in college and played Pokemon X. And I liked it. I actually liked X a lot. It got me, I put in a stupid amount of hours. I actually made quite a bit of money by doing the Battle Mason and, selling, shinies and different items on eBay or trading on GameFAQs for shinies and then selling those shinies on eBay. Wasn't supposed to. I did it, but I wasn't supposed to. But, I had a lot of fun with that. Probably most hours I've ever put into any Pokemon game was X. Nothing's even come close. And then just this year I played Gold to completion for the first time ever. We had our Cyndaquil named NyQuil, and we basically soloed most every gym with her. It was pretty incredible. Me and my gym want to test. How are you going to advance when the most obvious weakness isn't usable anymore? I want you to show me how you adapt. I want you to show me with 2 of your Pokemon at a time. Oh! Why didn't they tell me until... Why would you not tell me at the gym entrance that it's going to be a double battle? Because now I'm stuck with my Pokemon in slot 2, which is Hariyama. Not really happy about that. Level 57 Magneton. I mean, this, funnily enough, kind of works, but the moment Golem uses, like, any sort of Earthquake attack, Pyroar is dead on the floor. Oh, I thought that would have killed it for sure. Volt Switch, huh? Well, Pyroar is dead. Pyroar is dead. Oh, of course we flinched. I can't... I mean, do I even want to... We saved right before the gym battle. Do I even want to commit to this one? Nobody in the damn gym said it was a double battle. Like, they said at the entrance it was... I think that's just a stupid thing to do. The flinch sucks. All of this sucks, really. I mean, is Rock even gonna... Yeah, it's ground is gonna be the one that has a problem. How lucky are we really feeling right now? Boy, that did next to nothing. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Golem's not going to be affected. Come on. So stupid. Let's see. Boy, Lantern took nothing from Stone Edge. Nothing at all from Stone Edge. Not how I envisioned that playing out at all. I mean, we have to attack Golem. Hariyama's... Well, I mean, the thing is that we've both had our speed decreased. Golem's probably faster than us now, so it's not going to matter one way or the other. Hariyama's not going to survive. Well, that's an issue. I do need to heal Tyranitar. Of course. Let's go ahead and defeat the golem. Let's get somebody out of this fight. Watch it finally burn us. Steamroller. Wow. How did that not do enough? It's because Hariyama wasn't the one targeted. So what happens now? Another Stone Edge, perhaps? We bought enough Moo Moo Milks to try to deal with this issue. Oh, it's subsided. This is all the RNG is just really screwing me up. Because that would have knocked down Lantern. Now we have to deal with another one of these attacks. Who do I hate more? I hate them both. Not with Lantern still out. We'll have to do a Moo Moo Milk, but I just don't know. Okay, we got rid of Lantern. That's gonna help at least one of our Pokemon. Learning Hail. No, thank you. Magneton is back out. Bye, Hariyama. Oh, why did I think that was... I'm dumb. I don't know why I thought that was not going to be... Obviously, I thought that was going to be some level of effective, and it obviously wasn't. Well, this is bad. Yeah, we're gonna have to let Hariyama. Hariyama's just gonna get murdered. I mean, we have to let them get KO'd. I can't swap. Okay. Electros and Manectric. Manectric is probably gonna be the Mega. They're so low on health now. Yeah, Walrein is not gonna have a good time here today. We'll have to use a Moo Milk. Yeah. Kind of saw that coming. Really delayed Intimidate, but fine. Alright, I think we should lock this in. We had like 50-something Moo Moo Milks, and this is why I bought 50-something Moo Moo Milks. Flamethrower. All right. I think we'll be fine. Oh, if I use it, it's only gonna use it on the Pokemon that is, yeah, that's the trade-off on using the X items. Only the Pokemon that is gonna be benefiting from it is gonna be the one to use it. So I can't like have Crowbot select Hero Star with it. Not really good options here for Crobat. Crobat is not going to be around long. Yeah. We'll just lock it in. This is going to be measurably rough. But I think Eurostar will pull through. Dragon Claw? Okay. Go to hell. So stupid. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough when you don't know that your Pokemon in your second position should probably not be a fighting type. It would have been, you know, it would have been easier. I would have probably had Superior now. I probably still would have lost because I would have been surprised by the gimmick, but it would have been a little bit easier if I knew we were going into a double battle. First of all, none of the battles in here were double. Second of all, the person of the entrance didn't mention that was the gimmick. So it's just like really stupid all around. Okay, we needed that critical. Ah, anyone over yet? I got 30 hyper potions. Okay, we should be there. I will heal after this turn because we have literally had all the RNG happen, and so I'm sure a critical hit will happen. Okay. It didn't happen, but it could have happened. It would have only happened if we did not use the potion. Or the Moo Milk. Your tech overpowered mine. You sure zapped me silly. Guess your machines of war turned out better than mine. Nothing else to it. I gotta hand you this battery badge. Let you surf over water and lava. But not only that, any Pokemon will obey you as long as it's not over level 52. How electrifying is that? But yo, I ain't done yet. Take this TM2. It's really weird that you wouldn't have Pokemon over level 52 at this point. Like, I don't understand the badge progression system. Volt Switch. Never feel like chatting with old Galavan. Just hang around the Pokemon centers. Rebuild my Mon of Metal again for that rematch. I'll pass. Thank you, though. Alright, we gotta heal at the center. Alright, let's just take a look at the map. So... Oh, they want me to go to the Rift Cave. What's the story? That can't be good. Okay, it fixed it. Let's save before it happens again. Okay, so they want me to go to the Rift Cave. But I wanted to pull open the actual story trigger. Go goggles from a hiker. Go goggles. From a hiker in Dahara City. They could be literally anywhere in the city, though. Any building, any door. So, the good news is they're a hiker, and they're going to be pretty visually obvious compared to the other NPCs. It's really hard to go upstairs. This door doesn't have anything to make my next move, so I'm going to take out my frustration on you. Well, if you're one person I talk to, it's Roughneck Luke. What did I do? Okay. Well, if we lucked out there, that would have killed Pyroar. They're gonna tank this for a bit, even with our increased stat. Yeah. Overheat. One day they'll get an import of sandpaper, but for next. Okay, well you are not a hiker. That was a waste of my time. We'll have to go to Pokemon Center again. Okay, does not appear to be a hiker in the building. Not even sure what we need the goggles for. Sure, this deep is a beautiful oasis. Planted each every one of the trees. Okay. Ever heard of Professor Log, old research buddy? Okay. Studying Pokemon stats. Okay. He is just a normal person living in a normal house. How disappointing. Let's try again. Criminion, kind of art. Oh, okay, is this like a dev? It's a dev room, probably. Which explains why they all look so visually obvious and distinct. No hiker. Illustrious businessman, high demand, not be able to rent it. Pretty lucky for scoring this apartment. Everyone knows it's hard to score an apartment owned by that guy down in Seaport. Okay. Closest person to look like a hiker we've seen so far, and is still not a hiker. That person is involved in a side quest, but not our main quest. Galvanizers raised the bridge to a gym. Great time for starting trainer challenger. You already did. Okay. Adorable aura. We're going to ignore that. The problem with a lot of the designs in this house, especially with the ones that have that door and then a second floor like this, is so many of them look the same that it's hard for me to know which ones I've been in and not. Young feller, to the east here is a vast desert. It's so amazing that it's simply called the Great Desert. Words can't even begin to describe it. It's really difficult to traverse without proper gear. Okay, so he's gonna give it. Give it. Good pair of go goggles. Give you mind if you could show me how strong you are with beating the gym. I already did. Haha. Get got. Alright, so now we can go to the Great Desert. Okay, this next section might be the last part we do tonight. Let me take a look at where we need to go. Just directly east. Oh, we need to go to Villetown. I mean, there is a desert to the other side. I mean, getting mixed signals. What does the game actually want me to do? Oh, I have to do it via the desert? Oh, when they say east of here, they don't mean like literally right now east. Oh, they do mean literally right here. Oh, Drag says, guard, are you gonna fight me? You're seriously only leaving Tahara now? Men sure are slow. Well, while you were loitering around, I figured out how to get to the Ruins of Void. Of course, by the time I got there, it was too late to do anything. Guard, just the boy I was looking for. Wait, who the heck are you supposed to be? Guard, have you seen Jax? Last I heard, he was planning to travel to the Ruins of Void. Whatever the Shadows were planning, they'd already done it by the time I got there. I saw signs of battle, but nobody was around, and that includes anyone named Jax. Guard, you were the last one to see him. What happened in there? Aklov, I've never heard of him before. And it's just as I fear. The Dark Force has been released at last. What? Ours has been trapped inside a cube, you say? Utter madness! Oh no. If I know Zeph, there's only one thing he could have possibly done with Jax. Oh, you say Jax was with Zeph? That gives me hope. He must still be out there. I'm surprised Zeph agreed to work with you, but you know the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Guard, I don't like the sound of what you told me. If this Aklov, the one who controls Hoopa, is working with Faye, then it poses an even larger threat than I suspected. If the Light of Rune is another branch, like the Shadows, then that means only one thing, a recruitment drive, to find more people to turn into those abominations. How Hoopa fits into things, however, I have no idea. If they have taken Jax, no, I'll try to stay optimistic. Jax is a resourceful boy, but lately he seems to be contacting me less and less, with less pep every time. Guard, head over to Vivilletown, stop the Light of Rune and try to find Jax. Whether he's there of his own free will or not, I suspect he will be with them. Okay, that's it. I've had it. I've kept my yap shut all this time, but I'm not just going to be ignored by anymore. Listen, old man, I have no idea who you are or what's happening, but if whatever is going on has to do with the Shadows, then I want in. Oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. Who might you be? I'm mad as all else. I don't care about this Light of Rune or whatever. I came this close to finding the Shadows and finding my parents, and they got away from me again. So if you hear they're heading to Vivilletown, then that's where I'm going. Please, I urge you to wait. As of now, the Shadows are our pawns to fix a greater problem. At least hold off your act of vengeance until this ordeal is over, understood? They're your pawns, old man. They're my only lead of my parents. I'm not stupid. I know what's at stake. But the second this is all over, I won't hesitate to shake them down for what I want to know. Guard, since this is officially your mission, I'll be waiting for you in Vivilletown. And for your sake, I'll even play nice with the Shadows until we're done. Don't be late, Guard. That boy, he's got quite the mouth to him. Well, I wish you luck in Vivilletown, Guard. Let me know how it went as soon as you've returned. Alright. Stay safe in the Great Desert. The rest of these guys aren't even wearing goggles. Why did we need it? Hi there, trainer. If you can beat me, I'll kill your Pokemon for free. It's going to be a sandstorm every fight. I suppose it checks out. But it'll be okay for this one since she'll heal us after. We finally get the Chansey. All the XP, please. Togetic. Don't miss. Basically 80% accuracy. Very good. Healing time. Let's get you all fixed up. Just leave it to me. Careful of sandstorms. Yellow shard? How big is this place map-wise? Oh, okay, wild encounters. Cube. We'll take out the super repel. Heart scale. Weird thing to find in a desert. Hooray. I sensed your approach. Psychic Road. Expand Force. Don't know what that does. Rough matchup. Ooh, we got lucky. Soul Rock. Still a bad matchup. Yeah, finally got me. And Sandstorm will knock me out after this fight. Unless I swap. Psychic. I guess they wanted to go for a move that actually would be accurate. Alright, cube. I think we're almost done with this section. as we get ready to go into the next part, and that's when we'll stop the stream. We found our way out. So Vival Town will be to the north. To have survived the sands of time. We might as well go to the story trigger that's... Well, I guess I don't know how big the forest is going to be. Vival Town. Got the Zygarde cell here. Big Root. Sunstone. Big Mushroom. Okay. We'll just try to make our way out of the forest as quickly as we can. Not gonna fall for it, fine. Future Sight. There's Medium Hope. Certain kinds of hidden items like food items and shards can be found more than once. More often you visit areas with hidden items like these, the higher the chance of finding the hidden items again. I see, I see, I see. Ah. Paris scurried off. Okay, well, Bug Maniac is fine. It's a good matchup with Pyroar. suppressing its ability. I don't know if we've really come across abilities that are that annoying where I'd want to replace it. Usually, the ones that are annoying, they already go out and activate, like Intimidate, and then by then I don't care. It's already done. Hyper Beam? I mean, it's special. No, it's not special stab. It's physical stab, isn't it? No, it's special stab. I know. Yeah. Okay, so you are now defeated. Okay, looks like the town is right through here. Jeez, about time we got here, guard. Sorry, I'm just a little on edge. I'm getting close, so close to finding out what happened to my parents. I guess it's making me lose my cool somehow. While you're making your way over, I tried scouting the area to look for the shadows, but so far I've seen no signs of them. It's weird. It's like the entire town is deserted. The only person I saw was this guy with a weird symbol in his outfit, hanging around the warehouse, north of town. Is that the base of these Light of Ruin guys? Well, only one way to find out. I'm going on ahead. If that's their base, then the shadows aren't going to be far behind. Okay. Keep dragging in front of the warehouse. Well, let's go ahead and go to our Pokemon Center. Good thing there's somebody here working. Alright, so 5 badges. Took us basically 3 streams to get 3 badges. Or 3 streams to get 1 additional badge. Not sure how to feel about it. That looks like cutscenes and all sorts of fun stuff. What's this? So you can surf to get to Route 2. Okay, good to know. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and call it there. I'll see where I'm at with my availability tomorrow. I might be able to squeeze an extra stream. I don't know. I can't promise. As unfortunately a lot of you are well aware, I just can't promise. I want to, I just can't. I have already done all of the arguments for this week. Unless they decide... It's not all the arguments for this week. So I already submitted drafts for 3 of them as of Monday, as of today, around like noon. So that should suffice, unless they decide drafts in by Tuesday means that we can assign a Tuesday due Friday, while the other ones are in limbo. If that's how they interpret it, then no stream tomorrow. Otherwise, stream tomorrow. We'll see, but take care, everybody. Quartz Leo, good to see you again. Again, it's been a good while, good catching up. Bear Kitty, appreciate your company as well. And take care, everybody, and have a good night.